Have you ever felt like the past or the future is controlling you? That painful memories or worries about what's to come are robbing you of the peace of the present moment. In this video, you'll discover how the practice of living fully in the present can free you from anxiety and stress, giving you back control of your life. I'll guide you through simple techniques like mindfulness and conscious breathing to help you release thoughts that tie you to the past or future. You'll learn to accept things as they are, to live without judgment or expectations, and to find calm and satisfaction in the now. If you're ready to stop worrying about what you can't change and start living with more fulfillment and peace, this video is for you. Join me and discover how living in the present can transform your emotional and mental well-being. If you're ready to break free from anxiety, let go of the past and start living with more peace and purpose, this video is your first step. Hit play now and let's begin this journey together, because the life you've been waiting for is already here in this moment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss tools to transform your mindset. Now, take a deep breath and let's dive in. Lesson 1. The power of now. How to live fully in the present. Most of the time, our minds are trapped in two places, the past and the future. We dwell on what we did or didn't do, or we worry about what hasn't happened yet. But the only reality we truly have is the present, the now. This moment is the only one we can control, and it's where our entire life unfolds. Yet we often ignore it, searching for answers in what's already happened or what's yet to come. Living in the present is a conscious practice that frees us from the weight of past burdens and future anxieties. Instead of waiting for things to change, we can start seeing every moment as an opportunity to be fully present, to feel and experience what's happening right now. The power of now lies in the fact that it's the only moment where we truly have control. The past can't be changed, and the future hasn't arrived. Living fully in the present allows us to experience life as it is, without the distortions of fear or regret. When we're present, our minds are clearer, our bodies more relaxed, and our experiences richer. To begin living in the now, we must learn to observe what's happening around us without judgment or resistance, simply witnessing the moment as it unfolds. Whether we're talking to someone, walking down the street, or just breathing, if we focus fully on what we're doing, we experience life more deeply. The key is to be aware of every action, word, and sensation. The power of now doesn't mean ignoring the past or abandoning future plans. It means freeing our minds from the weight of what we can't change and the anxiety of what hasn't happened. Yet, the present moment is where we find peace, clarity, and most importantly, connection with ourselves. When we start living fully in the now, we realize that everything we need is already available in this moment. The solutions to our problems, the peace we seek, and the experiences we desire are all happening now. Everything is in its place at this very instant. So the next time you feel trapped in thoughts of the past or worries about the future, remember, the power of now is always available to you. You can choose to be present. You can choose to let go of worries. You can decide to live fully in this very moment. The power of now is waiting for you to experience it, to live completely, without hesitation or fear. Living in the present not only brings peace but also allows us to enjoy what truly matters. It's in this moment that life truly happens. Lesson 2. Freeing yourself from the past. How to let go of painful memories. The past has a strange way of trapping us. Many of us carry painful memories, regrets, and unresolved situations that continue to affect us in the present. It's easy to get stuck in thoughts of what happened, replaying what was said or what wasn't done. These past experiences, though no longer part of our immediate reality, can still dictate how we feel and how we see the world. But to live fully in the present, we need to learn how to release these burdens. The first step in letting go of the past is recognizing its impact on our current lives. We may not always be aware of how deeply past memories or experiences affect us, but they often influence our self-esteem, decisions, and interactions with others. When we constantly dwell on what happened, we relive those moments and recreate the emotions tied to them, even though circumstances have changed. Letting go. of the past doesn't mean forgetting what happened or denying its impact. Instead, it's an act of acceptance, acknowledging that what's done cannot be changed, that spoken words can't be unsaid, and that what's lost can't be recovered. This process of acceptance is crucial for releasing negative emotions like guilt, resentment, and pain. One of the most effective ways to free ourselves from the past is through forgiveness. Forgiveness isn't something we do for others, it's a gift we give ourselves. Forgiving doesn't mean approving of what happened. It means recognizing that holding on to pain only continues to harm us. When we forgive, we release the control that past experiences have over us, making space for healing. Accepting that we can't change the past also helps us recognize what we've learned from those experiences. Painful memories, though filled with suffering, can also be powerful teachers. They show us what we value, what we need, and how we've grown. Instead of seeing the past as a burden, we can view it as a collection of lessons that have shaped who we are today. The next step is refocusing our attention on the present. It's natural for our minds to drift to the past when we face a situation similar to one that hurt us. But we can train our minds to stay present. Techniques like meditation and mindfulness help redirect our energy to the now. Whenever we find ourselves stuck in a painful memory, we can take a deep breath, focus on our bodies and surroundings, and remind ourselves that the present is the only moment where we have real power. Talking about the past in a healthy way, whether with a trusted friend, therapist, or even writing in a journal, can also help us process and integrate these experiences without letting them dominate us. Letting go of the past isn't an overnight process. It's a journey that takes time and patience. Some days memories will resurface, but what matters is not letting them take over. By focusing on the present, on who we are, what we've learned, and what we can do with what we have, we reclaim control of our lives. The past doesn't have to control you. You have the power to heal, forgive, release, and start living again. When you do, you'll discover a freedom and peace that can only be found in the present moment, where we can truly be ourselves, unshackled from the shadows of the past. Lesson 3. Overcoming fear of the future. How to eliminate worries. Fear of the future is something we all face at some point. The uncertainty of what's to come can create anxiety, stress, and a sense of helplessness. We imagine all the possibilities of what might happen, often worrying about things that haven't even occurred. But the truth is, the future doesn't exist yet. Spending so much time fearing what might happen only prevents us from enjoying what we have now. In this chapter, we'll explore how to free our minds from future worries and learn to live with greater calm and clarity. The first step in overcoming fear of the future is recognizing that the future is beyond our control. We can't predict what will happen tomorrow, nor can we control every aspect of our lives. Living in constant worry about what might happen only keeps us trapped in an illusion of control. By accepting that we can't know for certain what's coming, we begin to release that fear and find peace in what's right in front of us. The future will always be uncertain, but that uncertainty is also what makes life interesting and full of opportunities. A powerful exercise is to focus on what we can control in the present. While we can't control the future, we can make choices today that prepare us for what's ahead. Fear of the unknown often arises when we feel unprepared. By taking small steps forward, we regain a sense of agency over our lives. It's also important to take life one day at a time. One reason fear of the future takes hold is that we think about everything we must accomplish in the coming months or years. We overwhelm ourselves with the idea of all that's left to do, forgetting that the only task we truly have is to live this moment. Living day by day allows us to focus on what we can do now without the pressure of planning everything. To ease fear of the future, meditation and deep breathing are invaluable tools. When we're overwhelmed by worries, our bodies react with stress, intensifying negative thoughts. Meditation calms the mind and brings us back to the present, while deep breathing relaxes the body and releases tension. Another useful tool is questioning our worries. Our minds often jump to worst-case scenarios. What if everything goes wrong? What if I fail? These questions drag us into a cycle of fear. But if we pause and challenge these worries, we realize many are just assumptions. Ask yourself, what evidence do I have that this will actually happen? What proof do I have that I can't handle it if it does? Often, we find our fears aren't based on facts but on unfounded anxieties. Practicing gratitude for what we have now is also essential. Fear of the future often arises when we focus on what we lack or what could go wrong. Gratitude shifts our attention to what we've already achieved and what's already present in our lives. Finally, remember that the future is full of possibilities. While we can't predict exactly what will happen, the future is also an open field of opportunities for growth, learning, and improvement. Fear fades when we start seeing the future not as a threat, but as a space for discovery. Lesson 4. Mindfulness, the practice of being fully present. We live in a world full of distractions, constantly bombarded with information, tasks, commitments, and worries. This keeps our minds in motion, trapped between what's already happened and what might happen. We often forget what's right in front of us. This is where mindfulness comes in, a centuries-old practice that teaches us to be fully present and aware of what's happening right now. Mindfulness isn't just a meditation technique. It's a way of life. It means paying attention to the present moment without judgment, accepting what's happening as it is, without trying to change it. When we practice mindfulness, we let go of distractions and immerse ourselves in direct experience, whether we're eating, walking, talking, or simply breathing. One reason mindfulness is so powerful is that it anchors us in the present. The more we practice, the more we free ourselves from thoughts that drag us into the past or future. Mindfulness is also an incredibly effective tool for reducing stress and anxiety. When we're caught in worries about the future or regrets about the past, our minds are in constant turmoil. But mindfulness teaches us to observe thoughts without identifying with them. We realize thoughts come and go like clouds in the sky. We don't have to let them control us. To begin practicing mindfulness, you don't need much. Start by dedicating a few minutes each day to being fully present. A simple exercise is mindful breathing. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and take deep breaths. Focus only on the sensation of breathing. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your breath. Mindfulness can also be integrated into daily activities. For example, when eating, savor each bite. Notice textures and flavors. When walking, feel each step, the ground beneath you, and your body's movement. Over time, mindfulness improves emotional regulation, enhances relationships, and fosters a deeper sense of well-being. Lesson 5. The magic of accepting the moment as it is. The present moment is all we have, yet we often struggle to accept it, imperfections and all. We resist what's happening, wishing things were different. But resistance creates suffering, while acceptance brings peace. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It means acknowledging reality without fighting it. It allows us to feel what we're feeling without judgment. When we resist the present, we create unnecessary suffering. But when we accept things as they are, we find clarity and serenity. A key part of acceptance is embracing our emotions, even the difficult ones. Instead of avoiding sadness, fear, or anger, we allow ourselves to feel them without judgment. This doesn't mean we identify with them. We simply acknowledge and let them pass. Acceptance also means letting go of perfectionism. Life doesn't have to be flawless to be beautiful. When we release the need for everything to be just right, we find gratitude in what already is. Meditation is a powerful tool for practicing acceptance. It teaches us to observe thoughts and emotions without resistance. By accepting the present, we live with less stress, more compassion, and deeper peace. Lesson 6. Letting go of expectations. How to live without judgment. Expectations are a major source of suffering. We constantly hope things will go a certain way, that people will act as we want, or that life will meet our standards. But when reality doesn't match our expectations, frustration and disappointment follow. Letting go of expectations doesn't mean giving up on goals. It means accepting life's imperfections. The first step is recognizing we can't control everything. Life has its own flow, and no matter how much we plan, we can't predict every outcome. When we release expectations, we start seeing things as they are, without the pressure of how they should be. Living without expectations anchors us in the present. We allow ourselves to experience life as it unfolds, without forcing it to fit our ideals. Practicing non-judgment is key. Expectations often come with labels. This should be different. This isn't working. But when we drop judgment, we accept. Each moment as a unique experience. Gratitude also helps. When we focus on what we do have, we stop wishing things were different. Letting go of expectations is a path to peace, acceptance, and a richer life. Lesson 7. The benefits of living in the now. Inner peace and emotional well-being. Living in the present reduces stress, improves emotional health, and strengthens relationships, reduces anxiety. When we're not trapped in past regrets or future worries, our minds calm down, enhances emotional regulation. We observe feelings without being overwhelmed by them, deepens connections. Being fully present with others improves communication and empathy, brings gratitude. We appreciate what we have instead of focusing on what's missing. Increases resilience. We adapt better to challenges when we're not resisting reality. Living in the now leads to a happier, more balanced life. Lesson 8. Shifting your perspective, from scarcity to abundance. A scarcity mindset makes us focus on what we lack, creating fear and competition. But an abundance mindset recognizes that there's enough for everyone. How to shift? Practice gratitude. Appreciate what you already have. Release comparison. Others' success doesn't diminish yours. Trust the flow. Believe opportunities will come. Visualize positivity. Imagine your goals without attachment. Abundance isn't just about wealth. It's about fulfillment, connection, and purpose. When you embrace abundance, you attract more joy, peace, and opportunities into your life. Living in the present isn't about perfection. It's about presence. Every moment you spend fully here, free from the weight of the past or fear of the future, is a moment you truly live. You don't have to wait for someday to be happy. Peace isn't a destination. It's a choice you make right now in this breath. So take what you've learned today and start small. Put down your phone and really taste your next meal. Look into someone's eyes when they speak. Feel the air on your skin. That's where life happens, not in your worries, but in your awareness. The power to change your life has always been in your hands, in this moment. Will you use it? If this video helped you, pay it forward. Share it with someone who needs this reminder. And subscribe for more tools to live with less stress and more joy. Remember, the present is your gift. Don't waste it. Until next time, breathe deep. And be here now.